And also, you gotta die to go to hell. And I don't want to die. I like my life. I'm very happy. I'm married, and I love my wife. I love her very much. My wife hates me. She fucking hates me. She hates me so much. Like, that's what she does. Like, if you ask her, what'd you do today? I fucking hate that guy. That's what I did today. I hate Louis. She's so mad at me all the time. Here's the latest thing. The other day, she got really mad. She said to me, you know what you did? You filled the dishwasher with dishes, you put the soap in, and you didn't turn it on. And I'm like, oh, shit. What are we gonna do now? But here's the part where she blows my mind. This is amazing when she gets to this level. She says, well, why didn't you turn it on? Like I have a reason for not turning it on. And I'm like, can't I just be stupid? Can't it just be that I'm a fucking idiot? That I filled the dishwasher and then I went, duh, and I walked away? I can live with that. I'm cool with that. But she says, no, why'd you do it? Which means I decided not to do it. Do you know how much more of an asshole that makes me? That means I filled the dishwasher and then I went, you know what? Fuck her, I ain't turning it on. She can suck my dick if she thinks I'm pressing that on button. I'll fill it, but I don't fucking press on, not in my own house. Why would I do that? That would be crazy. The thing that she's usually mad about is simple. She says that I don't listen to her when she's talking. And I don't. But it's not because I don't love her, blah, blah, blah. It's because I try to listen. I really do. When she talks, I just stare at her face. I'm like, come on, bring the story. But somehow I'm like, what the I can't do it. I try. Because every story gets divided into 50 stories that all branch out into these crazy, and I'm like, holy shit. I've got ADD, I can't do it. I'm like, fucking please. But I try every time I try because I love this retarded woman, so I try really hard to listen to her stories. Other people don't even try. We go to parties, she starts talking, people just walk away like, fuck this, that lady's crazy. Who would waste time listening to that crap? Me. She can't help it. I really feel bad for her because the thing is that every word of the story gets her so excited that she wants to fucking run with it, and she can't fucking just break through and get to the end or even the beginning. This is my wife telling a story. She's like, guess what happened to my mom today? You remember I told you my mom how when she was in college, not when she went to Michigan, when she transferred. Remember because that guy got weird and she had to leave because he was not the Iranian guy. That was a different story. That guy, I think he was Persian. I heard that Persia actually split. What the fuck are you talking about? Jesus Christ! Pick a thing. Have some consideration for the fucking listener. I don't do that. Here's me telling a story. I bought a tomato and I ate it and it was good. That's a story anyone can follow. It's about a tomato the whole time. I like being married though, I do. I really like it. I seriously do. We were having sex, my wife and I, a couple of weeks ago, which is amazing that we did that because we never have sex. Never. Because we have a baby and our baby's a fucking asshole and won't let us have sex. No, fuck, that kid's a jerk, man. Seriously. Every time she's got some urgent shit in her room. Papa, come in here. I meant now. Okay, I go in there. What's up? I need a pair of pants to put on my pony. Wow, holy shit. I'm trying to fuck your mom in there. Would you give me a break? Can a guy fuck your mom for a minute? There is no sex, man. I had no idea that marriage just means no sex. No, none, fucking none. I have friends that are thinking of getting married and they say funny shit like, hey, you know, I don't know if I could do it because I don't know if I could have sex with one woman for the rest of my life. I'm like, don't worry about that shit. You're gonna have sex with 0 women for the rest of your life. That's a lot less than one woman. Who the fuck do you think you are? Where'd you get that fantasy? I'd love to have sex with one woman for the rest of my life. Any one woman. Big, fat, dead lady with a beard, I'd fuck her every day. I'd be proud to have her.
Talking about computers during the break.
Yeah.
That's a really interesting story. Louis was telling us, you got to redo the story now, unfortunately, for about 1.5 million, 2 million people. But basically, Louis was talking about how he found a computer just laying on the sidewalk here in New York City.
Yeah, I was walking down the street and I saw a computer next to someone's garbage can.
Where were you going?
Where was I going?
Yeah. He was asking like completely impertinent questions.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah, we go home. And I found this computer and I just picked it up, took it home, and I kind of like mechanical stuff and fixing things. So I took it home and I plugged it into my mind. I just
see. This is everyone's worst.
Yeah.
This is everyone's worst fear, by the way. You throw a computer out, maybe right next to the garbage or on the sidewalk, and you're like, who really is going to take my old computer and get into it? But Louis actually did
stupid
this.
people that don't know would do this.
So I plugged it in and got it charged up and just started looking through this guy's whole life. This dude read his emails and
he didn't erase anything. He just
he
was all right out there.
The thing is that it was broken. The power cord was broken, but it was a standard power cord. It was the same as every computer.
It's like every computer runs on the same power
cord.
That's all that was wrong with this computer?
That's all that was
except
wrong with
maybe
it.
being outdated or whatever?
Yeah, it was pretty outdated, old thing, but it worked, and I got it charged up and read all his whole life. And basically, I know everything about this guy. I didn't remember his name. Otherwise, I'd happily tell you.
Yeah, right here on the air.
He was a gay guy from somewhere outside of Buffalo, estranged from his parents because they didn't like that he was gay. His father didn't speak to him anymore.
Did production on a radio program.
Wait, how did you know that from emails? Dear faggot.
Well, there was some friend of his father's who he wrote to try to get to his dad. Like, please ask my dad to call me. And,
so he was estranged from his father for being a gay gentleman.
That's right.
Yeah.
And then he was writing plays. He was here trying to write plays.
Well,
jeez. Yeah. And I read the plays.
In between interior decorating?
They're awful plays. Awful.
You got to read his plays.
I read one of his plays.
You had
really awful.
a lot of time on your hands.
I did. And it's before I had kids. You can't do that.
It was a bad play.
Terrible. And then what happened was he started getting depressed and into credit trouble. He became, he had a problem using credit cards too much. He'd go to Neiman Marcus and spend all his, or whatever it is, Barney's. And then he went home to his parents' house and stole their retirement fund money and used it to pay his credit card bills and ruined his father. And his father, who was retired, had to come out of retirement and go back to work.
His gay son,
so that's really
that
the
he was
father's
estranged.
story, yeah.
The poor father.
His gay son ruined his
had to go
life.
back to work.
At the age of 70.
Oh.
He had to go punch in at
Came out of the
Walmart.
closet. His father had to come out of the retirement. What an awful life.
But I learned all of that by finding this guy's computer.
Just some guy's computer on the side of the road, yeah. People are more savvy now, though, I think, to make sure they don't just leave that out. I usually pull the hard drive if I throw away my computer. I pull the hard drive, but then I just leave it laying around. Like, I don't destroy. I really don't have anything on there I got to worry about.
Right.
That I know of, and I pretty much know everything that's on there.
Yeah.
I love the people that are like, I don't know, it must have gotten mailed to me, and I got, shut up. You know what's on there.
Yep.
But I never put them out on the street. So I got a few. Eventually, either the bandsaw or a drill press or something like that. You got to shred that hard drive.
You got to kill it
if you want to just get rid of all the info. And for the most part, it's not for porno or anything. I got passwords, bank account information, things like that you don't want.
I've never seen Jimmy concentrate more than when we talk about how you could erase all your stuff.
How do you get rid of that stuff?
I really want to know.
To be honest with you, there's nothing on my computer that's that terrible. I mean, I have a lot of porn. But I mean, I'd show if you don't mind to see what a dog can do.
Yeah,
I actually like the fact you can grab stuff because my photos are really like, I can't picture ever losing my photographs. Like I have hundreds of them.
Yeah.
I would love to know you can always get that back if you ever screw up, which is good. I'm obsessed with.
You can always do it until you actually need to. You call some place that's called We Can Get Anything Back Doctor. And then they'll say, "Oh, did you press delete?" Yeah, no, it's gone.
Oh, did you press delete?
Not even
something so simple. What'd you do? You had it unplugged for a minute? Nah, you're done. You're sunk. It's completely wiped clean. Use it as a door.
Also, though, Bob Kelly just a dope.
He's as dumb as Bob is he's a bag of rocks.
Yeah.
He just did his promo for his CD.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
What?
That wasn't on air. I apologize.
What happened? Are you losing your mind?
You just yelled out.
You just yelled out.
What?
Someone's refusing to come on air.
Who? Danny won't come on air?
Oh, boy.
Why?
All right, well, first, the Bob Kelly thing.
Tower Records, which is where Bob said he can get his CD in April. Bob, you fucking stupid fat body. They've been out of business for a year. An idiot is promoting it, which is actually where you should go if you want to buy his new CD.
Yeah,
Tower Records. And if they don't have it, try Corvettes or Two Guys. You fucking moke.
The Corvettes are 2 guys.
Oh, what a yutz.
We have the clip isolated if you'd like to hear it.
Oh, can we hear that?
Yeah, here it is.
And in April, my CD comes out, Just the Tip, through Comedy Central Records. I want to make it #1. That's right. I want to beat Dane Cook on the Billboard charts. So if every one of you fans goes out in April and buys my CD, that means I'll be on the Billboard charts. I want to be #3. I want to be before Prince and you too. If those albums come out, I want you to go and buy it. Just the Tip in April. Make sure you go down. Tower Records. Buy it.
You want to beat Dane Cook, you fucking idiot? You couldn't beat Jim Cook in CD sales. Go to Tower Records. Oh, what a total asshole.
Yeah, a lot of people are noticing. Bob, you've been promoting the hell out of your CD, huh?
Yeah.
Why?
They play it a lot when we go to break.
Oh, they do. I have heard it. It's the one where you must have gotten the date wrong, and they had to dub in the proper date.
Well,
Yeah, well,
you just don't know how to promote because the point I'm making is that you tell everyone, all your fans, to get the brand new Bob Kelly CD at Tower Records.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What?
And that's where it should be sold.
Well, no, there is a Tower
Place
Records.
that's been
I'm
out
talking
of
about.
business.
Also available at Woolworths.
Woolco.
It's not
Woolco.
it's not the Tower Records you're talking about. It's the Tower
one
Records with 2 W's. It's down in the village.
How
It's
about
like an
Tower
old-
Airlines?
Oh,
Can you get
that's
on there too? Oh, shit. Swim
Kenny
walk,
just
name
broke
go.
out.
You
From.
take Pan Am. Next time you fly Pan Am,
Yeah.
There's no Tower Records.
Eastern Airlines on the Eastern
The
Shuttle.
Wings of Man.
Yeah.
Well, what are you gonna do? You're right, Opie. I have to agree with you. I don't know how to really promote that well, but I'm learning.
I go with my daughter on trips with the school.
Oh, the field trip.
Oh, okay.
On field trips, I'll chaperone, and I go sometimes, and I volunteer for lunch recess, because that's a mess. There's nobody there doing it.
Right.
So the kids don't get to. They get 10 minutes to eat and 20 minutes to play, and that's it. They're back. It's too crowded.
Back into their cells.
Yeah, it really is like a prison cafeteria. But I went on a trip once to the botanical gardens in the Bronx.
Oh,
with my kids.
Boar Fest.
Yeah.
Holy plants.
Yeah, exactly. That's going to hold a bunch of first graders' attention.
Yeah.
But so we go up there and we're on a school bus. And it kind of gave me an insight into how the system works because the school bus, I think of it as like it's the school's bus company.
Uh-huh.
These people drive school buses for the school. It's just a bus that the teacher called in, a yellow bus driven by some idiot. I mean, it's like, so we get on the bus and the guy turns to me. I'm the first parent behind him and he goes, do you know how to get there? I'm like,
What?
Yeah, he asked me, do you know how to get there? I'm like, no. And he goes, can you find out how to get there? So we're in the West Village.
I never remember stuff like this when I was.
Yeah, so I call up on my phone. I say, just go to the Bronx. We're going to the Bronx. So we're on the West Side Highway, and I call the Bronx Botanical Gardens, and I go, hi, I'm in a school bus full of children on the West Side Highway. I need to know how to get to you. And the lady says, you can't take a school bus on the West Side Highway. That's illegal. And I say this is a true story. I say this to the parent next to me, and she goes, yeah, this is not okay. This is really bad. And it occurs to me, I've never seen any large vehicle on the West Side Highway.
Now that you mention
Yeah.
it.
And when it gets up into the Bronx, it's twisty and turny, and it's not okay. And you're forced into a high speed of traffic because it's crazy.
Yeah.
And so we go under an underpass, and I swear to God, we scrape the top of the bus. The whole bus goes grrrr and shakes. And I swear to God, the bus driver yells, "Oh, shh,"
Yeah.
Oh crap!
What you yell when that happens.
Yeah. And then the rest of the underpasses, he kind of ducks his own head down, really, like he kind of crouches.
Into the arch in the middle. It's a little higher.
But we got up there and nobody. I brought waters. I asked the teacher, like, should I get a bunch of bottles of water? And she's like, I guess. And I thought, well, that's because I'm like over parenting. No, it's because she just didn't care if people drank water.
Unbelievable.
And nobody brought sunblock. A lot of kids died. It was really, it really was like.
That just sounds like abuse. Yeah, what the hell?
It was a disaster. But you know what? The kids, we packed these kids, these heated, it was like summertime, these sweltering hot kids, unfed, into a little tiny classroom. They take you to these beautiful places and then pack you into a classroom and you have to listen to somebody.
Oh,
but
God.
the woman showed them how a seed becomes a plant.
Yeah.
Totally riveted audience.
Oh, really?
Totally
She
fascinated.
was killing.
Yeah, she was killing. I learned a lot.
About how plants grow.
Well, I didn't know that an apple
Boring.
is food for the seeds inside of it. I thought it.
Wow.
I didn't know that.
I didn't either, nor do I care now that I do. I hate apples even more now.
I remember field trips when I was a kid, going out on a field trip, and you'd have to get your permission slip, and your parent would sign. But I used to like having my mommy go on there because I was such a mommy's boy, crybaby, little wimpy girl. I was. And I used to like my mommy to go.
Yeah.
But the really bad thing is, like, I used to make her dress up like a whore.
What?
Like, I really used to make her dress up like a whore.
What do you mean you made her dress up?
Well,
where are those pumps, Mom? Like you'd make her.
No, worse, because it was like the early 70s and stuff. And my mother was she worked in like nightclubs. She was a go-go dancer and stuff like that. Like my mom had it going
Your mother
on.
was a whore then.
Back in those early days.
Yeah.
So I'd go like, could you wear those the knee-high boots and the red patent leather mini skirt? And could you put your hair in pigtails? And I swear she would do all this.
Wow.
She put her hair in pigtails, and all the like kids would be like, "Your mom is so pretty," and I felt like good, like I felt all good. And we went to go see "You're a Good Man, Charlie Brown" at Radio City Music Hall, and Mom was a field mother, and she wakes up that morning. We're supposed to leave, and she goes, "Anthony, I'm so sick. I'm so sorry. I can't go." I start crying, and she's like, all right, I'll do something. So she's swigging Pepto-Bismol. She was hung over to the point where she's puking. She got a horrible hangover. Now she's got to get on some diesel-y bus, dressed like a slut.
With her daughter's son.
Yeah, with her crying daughter, son. Her boy girl is in the passenger seat. And we get there, and I'm making her,
I thought you meant her daughter's son, like Sarah Palin, like her.
No,
her daughter had a kid, and she was covered.
No, Palin's kid had more
girl.
dignity than this.
Oh, I was just a drop of a hat, and I was whimpering and weeping as a child. So when she said she couldn't make it, I was just, I lost my mind. She had to go and then get her hair in pigtails and get the friggin' patent leather mini skirt with fishnets on.
Pigtails for Mom, huh?
I made her put in the pigtails. Oh, it explains a lot, doesn't it?
No kidding.
No.
What's going on in your head?
God.
What?
Oh my God! I didn't even make that connection until you
old
said
days.
that. Oh boy!
That's so weird backwards.
You think?
Oh, you think?
Well, most people end up screwed up because they were molested by their parents, but you're screwed up because you molested your
I
parents.
was trying to molest my parents.
It's totally opposite.
Yeah. I was trying to molest my mom at the time, I guess.
Wow.
Dressing her up.
In Chicago, a couple marathoners dead because of the heat. And this, and this leads into the discussion we were having during the break here. It's not supposed to be summer in October, and it's kind of summer in October for the East Coast.
Yep.
And I used to be I never ran a marathon officially, but I used to run a lot of half marathons. I was a runner back in, my day. And they plan these marathons in these cities when the temperature is a bit cooler.
Supposed to be cool right now.
Right.
Yeah.
You're not supposed to be running a marathon in 90-degree weather.
Chicago in October is supposed to be brisk.
That should be.
I was in L.A. just now, and it was like in the 50s. It was cold when I left, and I landed in Kansas City, and it was like 90 degrees. And then I went to Wisconsin. I was just in Madison, Wisconsin, and it was over 90.
Yeah.
What the hell?
It makes no sense. And here in New York, it's just been in the 80s, and it's been great.
It's going to be 86 today in New York.
I love the global warming.
By the way,
love it.
We know that LeBron is from Cleveland.
Yeah.
He plays for the Cavaliers, but he's also born and raised in Cleveland as well. We know that. Drama daddy.
Well, the Yankees are a good team, and Cleveland is not any kind of city to be proud of. Sorry. I just want to be a jerk.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Cleveland.
Good afternoon, Cleveland.
So, we were talking about the global warming thing.
Yeah, it's not. We were saying how it's not if people think we're doing something wrong, but we're not aside from the Earth. We're part of it. We're organisms that came out of the Earth, and now we're making it go cold. That's what's supposed to happen.
Yeah, whatever happens is supposed to happen.
Yes. We
are animals,
part of nature,
indigenous to this planet. So whatever we do, whatever resources we are smart enough to dig out of the ground or pull out of the air or the water.
It's just we're organisms. We're like yeast that eat sugar and make alcohol.
Yeah,
by pooping it.
Right.
We take stuff out of the ground and we burn it. And it's going to make the Earth. But there's not. People have this thing that they think the Earth is supposed to last forever. That we have a right to this forever.
Again, the right.
No, we don't. We have no protection from global warming. It's what's going to happen, and we're making it happen. But so what? It's not a moral thing. It's supposed to be over now. It's supposed to. The oceans are going to rise. And Manhattan's going to be an underwater theme park for a while. You're going to get to visit it by submarine,
which would be a lot of fun.
Yeah, and it's a shame that my grandchildren won't know. They'll be cooked by the sun.
Well, Louis, one of our
on a rock. That makes me sad personally. But I don't believe that's good. Like I was saying, the first ice age wasn't some Republican atrocity. It just happened, and this one's going to happen.
One of our favorite things as far as global warming goes in Manhattan. They'll show the dramatic, video of what Manhattan's going to become because of global warming, and all of a sudden, they show buildings that have 20 feet of water on the sides, and and cars are floating, and the subways are flooded out all the way to the street level. Yeah. And Ed and I, we're humans, we adapt. When the waters start rising, we'll just start building walls and other things to try to figure it out.
We do something. And if worse came to worse, where it's like, well, we're going to lose Manhattan, do you think there'd be cars left? Like that it happens that quickly?
Right.
That the water raises it in 20 feet in a day? Like we'd salvage everything. We'd be taking bricks.
Like there's a dramatic picture of what Manhattan would look like if the oceans rose.
No.
But before it got to that point, don't you think we'd figure stuff out? Don't you think as soon as we start seeing puddles forming, as human beings, we're like, we got to do something about this. If we don't do something about this, that's what's going to happen. The city's going to be in the middle of the ocean.
No, people aren't going to be on the roofs of those buildings.
No. Help. I've been here for 25, 30 years.
Yeah, they're going to be on the roof. They're going to be in houses in another part of the country.
Yeah.
Because we're still America. We still have more than everybody else. It's not like, the unwashed billions that are just going to get, that are dying anyway. They don't need global warming to die. People in Darfur and whatever, they're dying anyway.
So you're a fan of just that. Don't even worry about it.
Well, I just don't think. No, I mean, look, if people would like to have the Earth a little longer, then they should slow down. But it's not a moral thing. Nobody's doing anything morally wrong because we are we're part of nature.
You know what?
We're elements of nature.
It's always amazed me is the fact that we just took crap that was laying around, figured out how to take metal from the earth, melt it, make it into things, take things from the air, chemicals from trees and water. Nothing. We didn't have to go into space to grab anything. We figured everything on this earth, and we were able to slap together machines that fly.
Yeah.
How great are we as human beings? Yeah. That's what I'm talking about. Global warming.
If we were a little smarter, we would put all of the energy that we have, like nuclear energy and stuff. We would use it to keep making rockets to get off of the planet.
Yeah,
and make a new one. It's with it. We could do that.
Make a new one somewhere.
So that would be where you were using a lot of that energy to off each other to kill each other. So we
kind of like doing that.
That's a shame. I just don't think it's like.
That's something we've been doing.
Race isn't supposed to last forever. We're going to go at some point.
Right. We've been killing each other for forever.
Everybody dies. Every band stops making hits. Hey, like when they show on VH1, they're like, what happened to Love and Spoonful? Why aren't they still number one every week forever.
They just
because everything has a crest. Everything has a little curve to it.
A lifespan. Hey, they're showing pictures of the Empire State Building underwater with a couple,
just two sharks.
A couple
sharks swimming around.
Like if the Empire State Building is underwater, it's going to be crystal clear like you're in the Bahamas. Just like that. Just like that. That's what it's going to look like. Yeah, we're going to have Bahamas water all of a sudden up here. Not the murky crap that we do have surrounding Manhattan.
I don't agree with either side of the argument, though, because the people that say this isn't going to happen are liars also.
Yeah.
People that say global warming is a myth and it's got nothing to do with mankind, those people are liars. They're just greedy liars.
Yeah.
And the people that say, "Oh no, it's horrible," they're just stupid. I have this third feeling, which is, yeah, it's happening, but so what? So it's time to die now.
I can't see it happening this quickly.
No, it's also not going to happen that fast.
Yeah,
I don't know. It might.
People are freaking out that look, there it is, the taxi cab in the water.
Yeah,
like that guy got caught up in global warming.
Yeah. Like I should have saw this sign.
It's like getting caught in a glacier.
Right. Yeah.
Oh my God, a glacier in 10,000 years. I'm screwed.
Yeah.
Glacier.
And look what we did. We dug out New Orleans, and then that's back to normal.
Yeah, don't worry about it. Tourism's up. They got rid of some riffraff.
It's called sarcasm.
They're in Houston now.
We're back to getting it to where it was, okay?
Yeah.
We figured some things out.
No, I don't think we will. I think
built
that
up the
New
levees a little
Orleans
bit.
is probably over. And people that are like, how is America going to keep being number one? It's not. Nothing lasts.
You know what?
Rome didn't last. America's not going to last.
No empire lasts.
No, it just doesn't. And we don't get to be as safe as we were. We just don't.
Yeah.
And what is
somebody else's turn? It's China's turn to
We need to really kick the crap out of someone as a country. I don't mean an Iraq war thing.
Yeah.
I mean a devastating ass kicking to give to a country that'll show like, hey, look, we still got it. Don't screw with us.
Don't mess with us.
I might even be talking nuclear.
It would be funny if we just went after somebody like Spain.
Random. Spain.
Like just
some country.
A massive airstrike and then an invasion.
Awesome if Bush did that on his way out. Just invade Spain and everybody's like, what are you doing? And he's like, so?
So what do you want?
Taking some country that didn't expect it.
Yeah.
Just out of nowhere.
That's part of America now.
It's ours.
Yeah.
It's like another state.
What are you going to do about it? We got nuclear weapons and we'll use them.
We have before.
It would work.
What would they do? Oh, okay.
I guess
the UN would be, well, we have to speak very strongly about what the United States did. Yeah. Sanctions.
Yeah.
We got everything we need here. Shut up.
Let's go to Adam in North Carolina. Adam.
Adam doesn't know his name either.
North Carolina, dude. Global warming is about saving ourselves. You.
Oh.
Are you there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, go ahead, Adam.
Hey, I was just letting you know that global warming, it's not about saving the planet. The planet will always be here. It's about saving us as a human race.
Well, but that's the thing. I don't think that that's a moral issue. I think if it's time for the human race to be underwater and extinct, then that's got to happen now.
I'm sure the mammoth...
It's time for that.
I'm sure the mammoth wanted to hang out for a little while longer.
Yeah, exactly.
Or the three-toed sloth.
You know, there's people that believe that we were apes. There's a theory of evolution called the aquatic ape theory, which says that we were apes that got underwater. Like that we were apes that were on an island, and we had to start swimming, and that's how.
Ooh.
If you take an ape and you make him swim for thousands of years, he'll start to have no fur, and it straightens your back. Your back straightened out through not walking but through swimming. And that's what made us
interesting.
It made us smarter. It made our snouts turn into noses because they're better for swimming.
Yeah.
And that some of us kept going and became dolphins, and that the rest of us are
too lazy. We're like,
and we stop right here.
That's good enough for me.
I'm just gonna stop here.
Yeah,
this is good.
Exactly.
I like that.
And we came back to Earth, so that.
Don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification button for more content.
I heard that ducks have one hole. I don't know if you know that, but ducks have one hole. And they pee out of it, and they shit out of it. They get in it, and they
lay eggs out of it. That has got to be one smelly, dirty hole. That hole has got to be a pretty awful place. I feel a little bad for the man duck because ducks are monogamous. I don't know if you know that, but ducks stay in their relationships forever. And by the time that duck gets to be 48, her husband must be like, dude, that shit sucks. I hate it. And then he goes and a swan or something. His wife's like, why are you swan for? She's got an asshole. That's why. She's got an asshole. Okay, I got a green head. I don't know what that means. Just somehow they got green heads. They deserve more. Speaking of animal type humor that's not totally finished, I have this joke, like, animals talking to each other type joke, that I don't know how to finish it. I know what's funny about it, but I don't know how to finish it. Basically, it's about a lion who goes up to a giraffe, and he says, hey, man, did you see that dude? And the giraffe's like, what dude? And he goes, he's that dude. He lives by the river in a hut. And the giraffe goes, what does he look like? And the lion goes, he looks like this. And the giraffe's like, well, I know a dude that lives by the river, but he doesn't look like that. He goes, no, that's what he looks like. Ah! The giraffe says, I know a guy, but he looks like this. See, the lion just thinks that people look like that. The lion doesn't get that he makes a person look like that by scaring the shit out of him. He just thinks that, hey, that's that dude that's always going, ah! That's what he's like. I was on an airplane and there was a Hasidic Jewish man trying to put an enormous bag under the seat. It doesn't matter that he was Hasidic, but it's a detail. It's detail. When you try to put enormous bags under seats, folks notice the kind of person you are. They make note. They say some Chinese guy, whatever you are, they're going to describe you. They're not just going to say, a man put a little giant thing under his seat. What kind of man? It's not important. Just a fellow. No, this guy. Trying to shove this thing under the seat, no one can leave because he's not going to not do it. And the flight attendant was a guy, and I'm not going to say he was gay because that's not important. It doesn't enter into the story. I'm going to call the Jewish guy a Jewish guy, and I'm going to call the gay guy just some guy. How do you like that? Isn't that unfair? I'm not going to identify him as gay because I don't want to discredit them. Actually, he didn't do anything wrong. So, boy, what a disaster this is right now. Jewish guy trying to put the thing under the seat, and the guy's going, sir, it's not going to fit. He was only slightly gay, like that. He wasn't like, sir, it's not going to fit. Ah! No, he just said, sir, it's not going to fit. It's going to fit. I know it's going to fit. It's going to fit. I'm telling you, Moses. Okay, here's the thing. I have 2 children, and the thing that scares me the most is that they disappear. Nothing that scares me more than them disappearing. That's every parent's worst fear. Now, why do kids disappear sometimes? I think it's because somebody took them and had sex with them, and once you have sex with a kid, you got to toss them because people hate folks who have sex with kids more than pretty much anything. If you murder somebody, folks will find you a reason. You were upset. You were dehydrated, whatever. So here's the thing. So if you have sex with a kid, you got to chuck them out because if the kid tells anybody, you're screwed. So I can't help thinking that if we could take down a few notches the hatred for kid having sex people, at least you get the kid back. That's what I'm trying to say. Is that the guy could just call you, hey, I just kid, you want me to bring him to soccer or drop him at your house? Does he have any nut allergies? Because he just ate some cashew butter. I know, listen to me. I know that's hard to hear. But it's true. It's true that if we minded child molesting less kids would die. That's true. Now, I don't know what to do with that information. I don't have a way to apply that to anything that's helpful. There is some sense that when you're out there looking for somebody, you're trying to spread your seed. Really, guys would like all women to just lay on the ground with their legs open, and we could just spray like a mist. Just mists of cum that then trickle down. But I'm not one of those guys who could just walk up to women and start talking to them. Like, there's guys, there's a lot of sinewy black guys that wear puka beads. Not hard brothers from the hood. With like a suede vest with nothing else on. Suede vest, both nipples showing. Good stomach, puka bead necklace. You know, like those bracelets that are like just leather. And I'm getting a little hard just picturing this guy. This guy's sexy. This guy gets laid. You know when somebody sees a hot woman, there's that thing we just call a hot woman. Like, there's a lot of guys who say, how do I talk to the hot girls? Why do you want to talk to a hot girl? Why would you want to talk to somebody with a drink going, Why would you want to have that conversation? You own a landscaping business. You're incredible. You're an amazing human being. You started a landscaping business from nothing. Her, man. Go find a woman, an old, kind of your age, late 30s, Jewish girl, smokes, and gives tough hand jobs. You know, I love Jewish girls because they just go, come on, and they're awesome. I'm gonna suck it, all right? You ready? Totally, suck it, you dirty Jew. I love you. The hardest thing about having kids is just the days that you spend with them. That's really the hardest part. It's just every day that you have them is the hardest part of having kids. It's just every day. It's getting up at 6 o'clock in the morning, which, first of all, I'm not that guy. 6 o'clock in the morning. I have blown off entire careers because of one day I didn't want to get out of bed. Like, I'll just not be that then. I have to, first of all, I got to get them dressed. That's number one, because that's the one that people will notice. That's the only one. If that's the only one that I get done, I'll be okay. Because I can't, if I show up with two naked kids, I'll go to jail. So I have to, but I can not feed them. They're fine. I ate. They're just a little tired. It's fine. And then I got to get them to school, which means walking. The older one goes to kindergarten. It's third grade. Jesus Christ. I just said kindergarten. She's in third grade. You know what's even worse? She's not. She's in second grade.
All right, what happened on the plane?
Well, flight attendants.
You're going to want to kill the kid and the parents.
Massachusetts couple. Think Air Tran Airways went overboard by treating their crying 3-year-old daughter in much the same way. But the parents said they just needed a little more time to calm her down.
Get her in the
There's
seat.
the problem.
Get her in the seat.
Get her in the fucking seat.
Just take her physically and put her in the fucking seat.
Pick her up, grab her by the hair.
Yeah.
But they had just visited her Grammy. The Grammy.
Yeah.
So I guess she was upset with leaving Grammy.
Who cares?
She was removed because she was climbing under the seat and hitting her parents and wouldn't get in her seat.
Put her in the seat physically.
Get in the fucking seat.
Well, you gotta calm her down, don't you?
What?
Don't you have to calm her down?
Yeah, but the thing is that they're just shitty travelers.
Right.
There's a whole system to put it. I've traveled with 2 kids. I've got a 2-year-old and a 5-year-old, and we travel with them all the time. Oh. And you got to get your shit put away fast. so that you have time to calm your. They're just fucking assholes.
They don't know.
They're just like those people that, like, you know, when you see on an airplane where like you're starting a taxi and a guy just gets up like a cunt, just stands up and goes in the overhead, and the plane stops and you hear, we need everyone to sit down. It's usually a fucking Hesit, by the way, who just looks at the front of the plane like, what? I don't, just going to get my money. No, so these people are just incompetent. I mean, look, I don't believe in people that hate babies on flights. I think are assholes. Like when my baby is crying and people like crane their necks to look back. Yeah. Like, could you turn off that machine that makes that noise? I fucking looked them in the face, like, please actually say something so I can piss in your mouth. Because it's a fucking child, you fucking piece of shit. We're taxiing. You know, we're very good at keeping our kids quiet. They don't cry through flights. But if my daughter goes like, fucking some rich asshole like rustles his newspaper and looks back at me like, whoa, this is unheard of. I look in his. I love it. I look right in their face. I've been with this kid all fucking day. I would love to unload unfairly on a stranger.
Wow.
Give me a reason.
You know, it's great to see the other side because there's no one in this room that's going to agree with you, Louis CK.
Yeah, no, I know. People hate when kids cry.
I just want the parents to at least try.
That's the that's the thing.
That's all I want in my world. I get frustrated. They're still crying, but at least try to do something.
And for the 4 hours, break your fucking parent rules. Like if there's no candy allowed before dinner and the kid's crying for candy, fucking send him into diabetic shock.
No, you're absolutely right, and they should have kicked them off. If the kid is not in his fucking seat, he's a liability, fucking kick the whole family off. Right. Absolutely.
And they did.
They did, and they should have.
Yes, just the kid. And make the parents fly.
Standing there on the empty jetway, you just see him like crawling dangerously close to the edge.
Yeah. No, most parents are fucking idiots, and I hate parents on airplanes that don't. Like, I saw this guy flying with his daughter, and she's crying, and he's a guy, so he just sits back, doesn't, all he has to do is hold her for a second, won't do it.
Why the fuck?
And a mother I saw once is feeding Mountain Dew and M&M's to her fucking kid, whose face is purple with sugar rage by the end of and fucking caffeine. Idiots.
Are you ever embarrassed? Like, I understand, like, Geraldo made a good point one time. He goes, I know it's annoying, but what do you want people to do? Not travel with kids? It's like, you have to. It's like, and they aren't kids. They're not machines.
The reason I hate people that complain is because they have no they'll complain about anything. Like, again, my daughter had a rattle once. She's not actually we give her a rattle so that she'll be pacified. She's rattling her rattle as we're taxiing, and people are looking at me like, oh, come on.
Yeah.
Well, fuck you. Get on your cell phone and call your fucking girlfriend and let me hear that now. You fucking adult cunt.
What? Once the engines really crank up, it's really hard to hear anything around you anyway. Yeah. But it is that when you're boarding, the taxiing, when you get a kid crying, it's not. I won't do the turnaround. I won't. But my shoulders go up, and that sound, I'm like, I can't take baby crying sound. Right. To me, it's the old nails on the blackboard.
Sure.
The story continues. Ellie was sitting in front of our seat crying. The attendant motioned to a seat and asked if we purchased it for her. They had paid for the seat. Jerry said, another attendant,
Big problem here is that it sounds from what they're saying that the little girl was sitting by herself and the parents were sitting together behind her.
Yeah, what's that about?
Yeah, because parents that do this fucking are the worst. That they put their kid, if there's two parents and a kid traveling, like I sat next to some little girl on the flight here from LA recently, her parents are sitting together eating and having a great time. I'm fucking raising their kid.
Oh my God!
You're raising the kid.
I'm helping her with her juice. I'm listening to her fucking cunty little stories about her grandma. I don't want to hear any of it.
Why, they weren't good stories?
Do you want to play my Game Boy? No, I got fucking work to do. I'm trying to watch softcore porn on my fucking DVD player.
And mom and dad are canoodling.
Or they're having a great time on the other seat having fucking margaritas and shit.
Another cocktail here, please.
Yeah. No, they're that's why she's crawling under the seat to get to her parents. Because they're not sitting with her. It should have been the mom and the kid, or the dad and the kid, and then the one parent. And the reason I'll tell you why that didn't happen is because the parents fought. I'm not sitting with her. No, I fucking sat with her on the way to Grandma's. Oh, well, let's just make that stranger sit with him.
Louis CK.
Yeah,
I've seen his act.
Yeah, fucking asshole.
Do you want to say
They should have
something
been
to the
thrown
parents?
off the plane while it was in flight. They should have been thrown off from 30,000 feet.
Goldfinger right through the window.
You're the type that would say something, though. You want to say something to the parents sometimes?
I would, if they were there, I would, especially if there was a problem and it was holding up the plane. I think I would have said,
I'm sure.
Why isn't she sitting with you? You guys stink. I hate you.
I'm sure people would just mumble, fucking people.
Yeah. I bet they got applause. I hope they got applause when they kick them off.
Her cunty little stories. She's one.
Julie said she asked the attendants if Ellie could sit on her lap, but they said no. The family flew home the next day.
I think the kid just crawled out of her seat and was sitting on the floor in front of her parents.
She was climbing under the seat and hitting her parents and wouldn't get in her seat. Ellie was sitting in front of our seat crying.
Oh, so you're saying she's sitting on the floor?
Maybe she was on the floor, like where you put your little fucking bag.
I am enjoying my anger. I'm sticking with
You stick with your story. It makes it a lot more fun. Well, get this. The family flew home the next day. The Orlando-based carrier reimbursed the family about $600, the cost of the 3 tickets, and offered them 3 round-trip tickets anywhere the airline flies. But it's too little too late for the Kulsas. The father said they would never fly Air Tran again.
What
you
a
shouldn't
shame.
have the first time.
Let's go to Joe in Jersey. Joe.
Hey.
How's it going, guys? I was coming home from Florida. We were about to land into Newark, and my daughter was sleeping on my wife's lap, and the stewardess asked my wife to put the seatbelt on before we land, and my wife said, well, she's sleeping. Can we let her sleep? And the stewardess said, well, no, you got to put the seatbelt on. So my wife starts arguing with her, and she told my wife, we will not land the plane. We're going to have authorities at the airport and let you do this. So the stewardess are pretty much assholes on the flight.
You got to strap your kid
you got it. No, it's the thing is.
I know. No.
Something happened to the kid, and your kid slammed
for
his
your
face
safety.
against the fucking
The thing that people
tray.
don't understand, there's a million comedians that make hay of this stupid fucking. I hate stand-up comedy that's based on ignorance.
Yeah.
The whole thing of put your seatbelt on, that's gonna help if we crash into a mountain. Yeah, that's what they're for, you fucking dunce. They're there for when you're taxiing, because when you're fucking land, you're going about 150 miles per hour.
Louis CK ruins bit for hundreds of hack comics. Film at 11.
If the plane wheel hits a chuck hole in the runway or something, your head could go slamming into. And the reason the seat goes up. So, sir, it's important. It's a federal fucking regulation. If something happened to your kid, the flight attendant would be run out on a rail and sued and everything.
Jesus, lucky goody two shoes. We're gonna call that show.
Might chip a tooth.
They got to make the rules so basic they can't say.
Because she's basically caring for a fucking 200 children. Everybody on a plane is a child, and if she had to go make these Solomon rulings for every single, you opened it after the de-icing, however and it would just go to hell.
You are an idiot. You are okay. You're fucking mongoloid.
I know what it's like to fly with kids, but you just have to work within the system that there's
it's understandable.
And the bottom line is this. I'm sorry. No, just let me make a point, sir. If they fucking hit some bumps and you fall and break your fucking nose, you're going to sue the airline.
And you're going to.
Unless he gets fired, they can fire you, but firing a director is difficult and it's messy and nobody likes doing it. So they just move shit around. They just move the venue.
They just move and don't tell you where they're going.
Yeah, exactly.
Wow.
So I eventually found out. I called the editor. The new editor was a guy named George Folsey, who used to run, I think, Universal Pictures. He was a big producer. He made. What was the guy who made Blues Brothers? That director, John
Landis?
Landis. John Landis and he made movies together. And he edited all of John Landis' movies, including the Blues Brothers and all these great comedies.
Right.
So he took over the editing, and I called him, and I was really angry that he was editing without me. And then at one point he said, listen, this is reality. They gave me the movie to edit. What are you going to, let me work on it for a couple weeks with their concerns in mind. And then you can come in and we'll talk about and you can look at it. But I'm not hurting your movie. Just, he was a really great guy. So we did an edit with me and him together.
And he was hurting your movie?
No, he wasn't. He actually ended up, he was hired to get it away from my vision, but he ended up liking the way I wanted to make the movie. I converted him, and we did a cut together, which probably got him in some trouble. I he's a guy I'll never forget, because he did that for me.
So why is it so hard to fire a director? Is it just all union
It's
stuff?
just nobody likes to. A part of it is that a lot of the executives in Hollywood are just fucking pussies.
Yes.
They don't want to have the moment. I wouldn't mind if I felt like somebody was fucking up a thing and I don't believe that you shouldn't fire a director.
Right.
When I made that movie, I signed a regular studio contract that says I serve at their pleasure and they can replace me on a day's notice. I knew that. So I can't say they took my movie away. They hired me to work on a movie that I happen to have written and that I care a lot about. But I got thrown off because I wasn't doing what they wanted. That's the way it works. But they didn't have the balls to do it. At one point I went to they hired another editor, and then they flew me out there first class, put me up in a beautiful hotel, and I went to the editor. And the producer on the movie at the time invited me to the editing room to watch the reels. Movies are cut up into 5 reels. So I would watch reel 1, and then he'd go, "Thanks for coming." And I go, "Well, I have some suggestions." And he'd go, "No, we can't take your suggestions. This is already in the works."
Oh.
And I go, "Well, what's my input here?" And he says, "If you have suggestions, you can email them to me later." And I said, "But you already locked the reel." And he goes, "Yeah. So what will be done with my suggestions?" And he said, "Nothing." He said this to me. And I said, "So you're not letting me work on the movie?" And he goes, "Go back to your hotel and email me." Like he flew me out there and put me up. Just to 3,000 miles just to get fucked and not be allowed to work on the movie. That's something I won't forget either, because that was like a chess move on his part. Like, I couldn't say he didn't invite me. He sure did invite me. He's got the receipts to prove it.
Right.
I flew him out here first class. He put him up in the best hotel in town, and all he did was come to the editing room and cause problems. So I had to restrict his access. And that's the story he told people, which is not true.
And he basically just said, "Go back. We're here talking, but go back and email me."
Yeah, go. But you're not. You can't sit in the editing room and make suggestions because we're too late in the process. We're locking the reels now.
What does that mean, locking the reels?
It means that it's picture locked, which means you can't change any frames. That you've started to print the film. So he said, "Go back to your hotel room and write me emails." And I said, "What'll be done with them?" "Nothing, because the reels are already locked." It was just so insulting. And when he did that, I had the reaction that he programmed, that he expected, which was, "I got to get out of this. Is too personally painful." I mean, I had been working on this. I directed this movie. It was such a emotional thing for me. It was a year that I'd been working on it. And so he knew that if he did that to me, it wouldn't be an outright firing or grievance that could be brought against him, but he knew he would break my spirit, which he did. It made me. I sat in the parking lot. I called my wife at the time, and I told her the story, and she said, "I think it's time to let this go."
What would have been a strategic, as in say in a chess move, if you weren't as emotionally attached to it, what would have been a way that you look back on it and be like, "Okay, I could have actually done this to counter"?
Well, I wouldn't have made the trip out. I would have said, "I'm not going out there till I want the editing room back here," or something. You can't fight those guys. They own the movie.
Sure.
So, I mean, I had a meeting with a big director at the time who told me some things that you can do. One thing he said is, when they take the movie away from you, it's inevitable. It happens to almost every movie.
Right.
That the director loses control during the editing. But the thing you can count on is that the studios don't have any better ideas than you do. And they don't really want to edit. They don't enjoy the work. It's your idea. You have the creativity, and you like it. They don't like it, and they don't know how to do it. So they'll, just to be protective and, territorial, they'll take it away from you. Let them take it. Don't fight it. It's like if a dog is biting you, they tell you don't pull your hand away because you'll actually tear your hand on the teeth. What you do is you push your hand further into the dog's mouth.
I've never heard that before.
Yeah, because then you're not tugging on the teeth that are in your skin causes tears instead of just a puncture. But if you push your hand into the dog's mouth, it'll actually have to open its mouth wider. So you push your hand in, like punching the dog in the face while it's,
The ball's on the first guy to discover that.
to have the fucking low heart rate enough to do that. But you have to do that in those moments of stress. You have to go, I'm not going to tug and jerk back. I'm going to either push in towards the trouble, or I'm going to just keep calm and let it bite me and just take it. And that's the best way. They say, we want the film, and you go, okay. here's the reels, here's my notes. Go ahead, because what's going to happen is they're going to give it to some young executive for 2 weeks. He's going to do an edit, and he's going to get all excited and show it to the big guys, and they're going to go, what the fuck did you do? This movie's worse now.
Yeah.
Give it back to the director, and then that executive will actually come to you, please help me. Please, he foresaw that, and there was a version of that happened. They did reshoots on Pootie Tang, and they asked me to direct the reshoots.
Oh, wow.
Because they didn't know another way to go. I had made something that was pretty unique, and nobody knew how to handle it, so.
Is it embarrassing at all? Like, because again, as comics, we kind of get used to, like you said, used to bombing, we get used to.
Yeah.
But is it embarrassing when, like, the whole cast sees a certain thing, and you're like, they've taken it from you? Do you feel like, ugh, like I don't want to face those people, or do you?
Yeah,
feel
there's a lot of humiliation in it. I mean, when I did Pootie Tang, by the time it was finished, I was disgusted with the whole thing, and I was also a pariah. Like, I was not hireable as a director. It ruined my filmmaking career. A good example of that is I haven't been hired as a director since then. I directed one movie. That's not a good record. It's better to do two. Do you know what I mean?
Right.
Year 2000, I made Pootie Tang. It's 2011. I've never directed again. But that's how much it hurt me. But at the time when it was coming out, I remember it was so humiliating. It was so hard. The pressure was so much because something was out there that I didn't like. I got an email on my website back when we had like community boards on our websites. Somebody wrote me and said, should I go see Pootie Tang? It was coming out in a few days. And I wrote back and I said, I don't know, I haven't seen it. Because in truth, I hadn't seen the cut. So that was my response, I haven't seen it. Somebody at Paramount who was trolling my website saw this, and they got scared by that they had overbreached. They had taken too much advantage. So they got worried, I think, of the DGA, the Directors Guild. So they wrote me and said, please come watch the movie. And they gave me another first-class ticket to come out and gave me a screening room at Paramount to watch the movie. And I flew out there and went to a screening room, and nobody, like, it was weird. Nobody was around. It's like they cleared the streets, the hallways at Paramount, so nobody would have to talk to me. And I sat, because John Goldwyn, who ran Paramount, hated me. He hated the movie. He hated me. He was royally angry at the movie. But anyway, so I sat in the theater and I watched it, and it made me sick. You just
hated what you saw.
Hated it. Hated what they did with it. And knew it was coming out that day. That was opening day. And I remember David Gale, who ran MTV Films, I think he still does. Yeah. They were partly involved. He's the only guy. He in front, like, just walked over and shook my hand and said, I'm glad to see you. He was the only guy who pretended to be my friend in the past who kept pretending to be my friend, or was. I really liked that guy. And he brought me a review from Elvis Mitchell, who was writing for the New York Times at the time. He found one review from him, and he loved the movie.
Oh, wow.
So I got to experience for 5 minutes before I saw the film, before I saw it, his review, and I was really happy for 5 minutes about it. Then I watched it, and I was like, this is shit. And then all the reviews started coming out. Hateful, piles and piles of hateful reviews. And then, what's his name? Ebert. Roger Ebert, who I grew up watching on sneak previews on PBS until before it was even a big show. Said this movie's not even bad. It's not complete. It's not a movie. Like, he didn't even give it the respect to pan it. He said, I can't review this movie. It's not a film. And he was right. He actually said something really smart, which was, he said, it looks like people took pieces of a movie someone else made and manufactured this strange product out of it. And that's exactly what they had done. They took my movie that I made and they put it together. But anyway, so it was hard to have a movie out that was getting panned with my name on it. I had the option to take my name off of it, but I didn't, because I felt it was my responsibility that it was bad. It's part of your job as a director.
Of Louis CK.